Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the GamerTron. Welcome back to the GamerTron show, guys, and this is just a quick little intro to fill you guys in on what this video about. This video is me starring on a podcast, the Bullcast, if you will, the Beer Bullets and Bullcast, created by YouTube user Janzer. So I got to star on Janzer's YouTube show, and it was a huge honor. Go subscribe to the guy. I have a link to his channel in the description below and also in the comment section. What this video is a segment of a conversation between me and Janzer during his podcast. If you guys want to see the podcast in full, me talking to him, having conversations, whatnot, if you want to see the whole thing, you have to go over to his channel. He will be uploading the entire podcast in parts over the week. And he and I had a really great conversation about video game drama, the morals surrounding video games, video game developers. We had some Warframe talk in there, talked about some other great games. Like, it was a really great conversation. I do, however, felt like I chewed too much of the scenery. I'm a real blabbermouth sometimes. I feel bad for that. But anyways, yeah, sorry. You guys want to get to the actual conversation of the video. So, this is just a little intro to let you guys know. After you watch this, if you want to see more, go to Janzer's channel, the link in the description and in the comment section. Go to his channel, subscribe to his channel. He's an awesome guy. Go check him out. Now, you guys enjoy this segmented part I took out of the podcast. Think of it as a demo or a teaser or what have you. Anyways, enjoy. Check out Janzer's channel for more. Well, I'm Ryan. I'm from the GamerTron show. I'm also known as the GamerTron, or just Tron. I'm just a guy on YouTube, loves video games, loves talking about video games, and yeah, that's about it, and I have my own YouTube channel.
It's true. You really enjoy talking about video games. I've seen a lot of your stuff, and I think a lot of my viewers / listeners will also enjoy listening to the conversations that you are striking up in your comments as well. People talking about, different things, and I will get into some of those topics in a bit, but yeah, well, welcome to the show. I'm really actually excited to have you on because I've listened to a lot of your stuff and I'm like, this is the thinking man's gamer right here. This guy is thinking about, development and, what gaming means as integration into your life. Gamers are gamers for life. That's what it is. So yeah, I'm glad to have you on. And I just want to get right into it and skip over you even saying anything. I'm sorry. You need to shut me up, because I get excited and I'm just like, oh, and then it's like, did Janzer have a guest on there? I can't quite remember. But yeah, let's roll into some Warframe talk. Why don't you tell us some about how you got into Warframe and what your channel, I know what your channel, what's popular on your channel about Warframe, but some of my viewers may not know.
Well, I first got into Warframe really because Digital Extremes, the developers of Warframe, they made a game called Dark Sector a while ago. And I got Dark Sector, what was it, around 2010, 2011? I finally played the game, like I knew it existed. I finally bought it off Steam. And after playing I love Dark Sector. It's easily become one of my favorite games of all time. I love the style. I love that glaive.
Yeah.
One of the greatest melee weapons in video game history, period. And so then a trailer just showed up on YouTube called Warframe, and I found out it was being made by Digital Extremes. So Warframe, what's this? What's this, a new game from Digital Extremes? Then I see the trailer and I see Excalibur for the first time in his helmet. I'm like, oh my god, is this a spin-off? Is this a sequel to Dark Sector? What the hell is this? So after that, for the next few years, Warframe has taken up a great deal of my life.
Yeah.
I've been with it through early development, back when Captain Vor was just a guy in a red suit.
Yeah. Yep.
So I've seen Warframe grow and expand and get bigger and bigger, and I love it. I love what this game is and what it's become. Yes, it has issues. Every game has issues. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. But comparing Warframe to so many other games, Warframe is like a masterpiece. It's a one of a kind, almost a revolution of a game.
Yeah,
the way
I think so
enthralls
too.
Players.
I think so too. I have to cut in there because that's one of the key things that I think about, and I've said a few times, is that I haven't played another game. I have never been a part of this kind of a gaming experience before because we have the opportunity to affect the game that's being developed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is like early access, like games on Steam, the new whole early access thing going on. They claim that you'll be able to affect development, but how often do you rarely actually affect development
Right.
besides being a beta alpha tester? In Warframe, when the people make demands, it's heard, and if contests or competitions happen, like the design an enemy contest
Right.
for Warframe, that happened, and now we're going to be seeing, like sometime in the next few months, actual brand new enemies that were designed by the community.
Yeah.
How amazing is that?
And weapon skins. And I mean, I know that some other games have given that option, but I think because, Digital Extremes they really do go to a lot of lengths to meet their fans and talk with them and interact with them as much as they can. And I know sometimes people get focused in on certain things and they feel like, well, they're not doing anything for me. And it's like, well, they really are, though. You just got to look at it over the scope of time, just.
I know, I think people get way too obsessed with the tiniest details, like a statistic on a weapon or a specific animation or lore. Granted, I want more lore in Warframe, but I don't think Warframe necessarily requires a heavy amount of storytelling. Right. I mean, it's got the gameplay, it's got a ton of variation and variety and stuff to collect and level up and all that. It has stuff to keep you entertained. Like, I can't wait for when Warframe actually gets more story and more lore, but I don't think it's something that we should necessarily focus on. I want more of it, but it shouldn't be something that people legitimately criticize, like, this game has no story.
Right, yeah.
That game has no story. Call of Duty, Destiny.
Right, exactly. I played Counter-Strike. I've said this more than a few times. Counter-Strike for years. I would play it hours, and I don't even care that there was a story. It didn't matter. I just wanted to shoot other people. There was no story needed for that, And the thing about that, you were saying how people can obsess over certain things and get really, upset over it. That is very telling because that shows how much energy and focus and passion they're putting into this video game. I would like if sometimes they would curb that a bit in the sense, and that brings me to one of the things one of the things you were talking about, actually two of them. You've got a video up there about, and I know I wrote the title wrong, but I kind of like how I wrote it. I put the internet is not an excuse to be a jerk. You have the internet you have it just a little bit different, but I'm like, I think you could write it that way too. And the other one is don't bite the hand that feeds you. And if you want to talk a little bit about that, I think people will really get a big kick out of watching that stuff.
Okay, gonna have to stop this here. Okay, that was a little segment, a part, a demo, a teaser, a trailer of the podcast in whole. I highly recommend you please go over to Janzer's channel and subscribe to him, watch his videos, watch the podcast in whole. Again, link in the description and link in the comment section. Go now if you want to see this podcast in whole. This was a lot of fun. And I hope you guys enjoy this. So, head to the links, head to Janzer's channel, watch the podcast in whole, and I will see you guys later.